Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for joining me this week. So this week Hong Kong released their blueprint of digital education and guidance for primary and secondary schools here. So I'm going to explore this using Google Notebook LM and have a look at some of the main points. If you're interested in exploring Hong Kong's blueprint, then please keep on watching. Okay, so Hong Kong released their digital education blueprint last week, and by the time that you see this, it might be a few weeks on. Okay, so here's the original website, Blueprint for Digital Education Development in Primary and Secondary Schools. And you can see that there's actually the blueprint, the teacher development, and then student-related articles. And when you have a look at the blueprint, there's 5 different documents here. So there's the actual blueprint. There's some examples. There's a supplement as well for the learner, for the learning framework. And also there's examples here on the application. So what I did was I put them into a Google Notebook, LM here. My VPN is on because I'm in Hong Kong and I can't, access Notebook LM in Hong Kong. So I've got all of those 5 documents here. And you can see that, well, here's the high-level summary. It's a comprehensive guide for integrating AI into primary and secondary across various subjects. It outlines specific application scenarios where students use tools for creative tasks, such as generating images in English lessons or transforming movements in visual art. The framework emphasizes critical thinking and skepticism, teaching students to verify AI-generated data against reliable sources to combat misinformation. Also, I think is really important, ethical considerations are an essential theme, highlighting the importance of protecting personal privacy and respecting IP rights. Teachers act as essential facilitators, ensuring that technology serves as a learning scaffold rather than a replacement for human interaction. Okay, so I've read the documents and I want to see whether these documents are encouraging a shift in pedagogy. So many classrooms that I go into, not just in Hong Kong, but globally, still look like the 18th century classroom where students are in separate rows working in isolation. And nowadays it's one-to-one on computers. And I can't see the collaboration or even like the student engagement there. So let me just ask about search where the documents talk about efficiency. And I think what I'm going to do is start dictating, actually. Let me just dictate to text. And also, are there any ideas about pedagogical transformation? Okay, so let's just see whether these documents have, they talk about pedagogical transformation, because what I found is when I skimmed the documents, they were more talking about efficiency, making admin tasks efficient, reducing the workload of teachers. But, you know, what I've been trying to encourage is like a shift in pedagogy. So let's have a look what they say. The sources discuss efficiency and pedagogical transformation central goals. Okay, efficiency in education. So that's infrastructure and resources, school admin, teaching processes. AI is expected to relieve students of repetitive tasks and data updating work. This reduces their workload and enhances their capacity, freeing up time for deeper engagement with students and enabling more efficient, personalized, and caring teacher interactions. I agree with that. Assessment and feedback. AI technologies can automate assignment marking and the generation of student learning reports. Yeah, I'm not sure whether we want that automated, to be honest. I think there are other areas that AI can help a teacher's workload, but I'm not sure about automating assignment marking. And then here it says student learning. In subjects like mathematics, AI can help students organize and analyze data which frees up time for them to focus on thinking processes such as formulating assumptions and understanding the core problem. Okay, I think AI can help organize and analyze data, but I think that an Excel sheet could probably do that as well. So I'm not sure that that's the best way to use AI in the classroom. Okay, pedagogical transformation. Let's see. It says student-centered paradigm shift. A primary vision of the blueprint is to foster a paradigm shift in learning, teaching, assessment. Great. Okay, let's see what that idea is about. This shift moves the focus towards student-centered personalized learning, where students are the key agents of knowledge construction. Okay, I agree with that as long as it's in a collaborative learning environment. So what I find with personalized learning is, yes, we want every student to experience challenge and progress in their learning journey, as long as they're not doing it in isolation in an individualized learning environment. And then it says evolution of the teacher's role. Teachers are expected to shift from being mere knowledge transmitters to becoming process designers, dialogue facilitators, and AI content gatekeepers. They're encouraged to integrate and innovate their pedagogical paradigms. Great. Okay, how? I'd like to know how. Reshaping pedagogical models. AI is viewed as an opportunity to reshape pedagogical models. This includes breaking through the time and space constraints of conventional teaching to promote conventional innovation through strategies like flipped classroom or virtual reality learning. Okay. That's what I think is quite low level in terms of using AI use. Flipped classroom has been around for a very long time. And, I'm not against the idea or philosophy of students learning by themselves, at home and then coming to school and then having their questions answered and engaging in some dialogue about what they misunderstand. But how boring would learning be if students have to learn everything by themselves at home? So I don't really propose that that should be the main model of instruction. And then virtual reality, okay, there's a time and place for virtual reality, but do you want that to be the exclusive learning environment for all students at all times? Yes, there's a novelty to it, but I think that that's not like the main advantage of using AI. Okay, transformation of assessment. Assessment is shifting from traditional one-dimensional testing towards diverse, multi-perspective and authentic approach. I would like to see this in action, and I'd like to see more guidance on this. This involves moving from assessment of learning to assessment for learning and assessment as learning. So I think it should just be a continuous collection of evidence of learning. Human AI collaboration. So the framework promotes a human AI collaborative learning. This mode emphasizes nurturing students' curiosity and higher order thinking than rote memorization. Lovely. Teaching them to collaborate with AI at the right time in the right place. Interdisciplinary integration, pedagogical transformation involves the organic integration of AI across all key learning areas rather than confining it to technology subjects. So absolutely, there should be some interdisciplinary integration. This encourages students to flexibly connect knowledge across different domains. How? So there's a suggestion that we need to do that, but how? So I think this is a good start. Okay, I didn't create any kind of slideshows or any infographics based on this. I was just unpacking the information, and I just wanted to give you some of my thoughts. I think that fundamentally there are some really good ideas here, and I'm hoping that that is a good start and that there'll be more guidance and more pedagogical, innovative approaches being encouraged and really informing and helping and supporting primary schools and secondary schools in Hong Kong to go through that journey of pedagogical transformation. So thank you so much for joining me this week, and I hope to see you next time.